Food in Irish hospitals, is it of a good standard? Well, the Health Minister, Simon Harris, has requested detailed menus from hospitals around the country so that he can sit down with chefs to revamp the quality of hospital food. Joining us to discuss this now is consultant nutritionist Gaye Godkin. Good morning, Gaye. You're very welcome. Right, OK, let's get straight to this. I don't know whether this is an easy or a difficult question. Is hospital food bad? Is Irish hospital food bad?
I think everybody in Ireland knows the answer to that.
Really?
Well, obviously you haven't been in hospital.
No, but I mean, I don't know. You know, it's like one of these canners, you know, the things that comedians make joke about. It's kind of, oh yeah, hospital food is terrible. But is it? It's
notoriously bad. And look, we have a big issue. First of all, we need to stand back and look at, who are the people that are in hospitals? Okay, so if you look at the demography of who is using the services, and generally speaking, the people who are using it mostly are the elderly. So we have an ageing population in Ireland. So going forward, we can extrapolate that there's going to be more people needing healthcare, needing to be in hospitals. So if you have the misfortune of being in hospital for a long time, which in the case of the elderly you can do, as opposed to you're going into a maternity hospital for 24 hours, you have a new baby and you're coming home, OK, you might get away with it there. But if you're a long-term resident in these places, you are completely nutritionally compromised.
OK, let me stop you there and ask you the next question. So, OK, is hospital food bad? In general, you would say, and you're the expert, so...
It's atrocious.
OK, right. Now, is it atrocious because of the quality of the food and the produce, or is it atrocious because of the quality of the cooking and the presentation?
It's a combination of both. So we have hospitals are not.
So there, you have a worry about the produce. So because they're doing mass meals, 400, 500, 600 meals a day, they're obviously, and there's a cost factor, they're obviously sourcing the cheapest they can get, which means the lowest quality they can get.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that you bring up the cost factor, because really there's no cost on health. If you look at why people are in hospital, so 8 out of 10 Irish people who attend their GP or they're in a hospital do so due to a diet or a lifestyle-related condition. So it's poor diet that has got them there in the first place. And then they go into hospital and they are fed food which is completely devoid of nutrients. And as you said, it's mass-produced. Cost should not come into this because it's going to pay in the long run. So if you are going into hospital for surgery, post-operatively, you are very, very low. Your system is low, your immune system is down, you need nutrients. You need to recover rapidly so you can get out of that bed, free that bed up and allow somebody else back in there. These hospitals all have bugs. We have superbugs. Antibiotics now, we're at an impasse with antibiotic use. So we have a huge difficulty if you get an infection in a hospital in being treated with an antibiotic. We have to go stronger and stronger and stronger. And all of this comes down to our gut health. So if we're going into...
Second brain.
Precisely. And we're going into hospital and you're unwell. You then go for surgery. By the mere anaesthetic, it assaults your immune system. And then you're being fed some kind of beige, grey food that doesn't resemble anything that's fit for human consumption at your very, very lowest.
We both made the point about the cost of running hospitals, and we all know that the vast majority of hospitals have problems either meeting their budgets or actually don't. They overrun them. And your opinion, professional opinion, would be that this is being penny wise and pound foolish, because if you don't feed them properly or give them the proper nutrition, they're not going to recover quickly, they're going to be there longer, it's going to cost you more money, or alternatively you'll ship them out and they'll be back again. So
well, look, we need a paradigm shift in Ireland, because nutrition is the new kid on the block per se. Even if you look at how we're educating our doctors, so nutrition is not part of the system.
Is this one of the really big problems?
And this is a huge issue, because if they don't embrace, if the medical profession, we have a disease-based, illness-based model of healthcare in Ireland. So if the medical profession don't, not through any fault of their own, because they're very, very busy at doing what they're doing, but it isn't on their radar. So if the medical profession don't embrace it and acknowledge the role that food plays in the diet and in chronic illness, both prevention and management, well, you know, where do we go from here?
Well, you've made some very good points. We're not going to solve any of them here this morning. What we do know is that the Minister has asked for the menus. Now, I was going to ask you about, was the variety on the menus an issue as well? But we need to go back to first principles, which is the actual first stuff, the produce that's been given to them, isn't up to scratch. It's the cheapest and it's mass produced, so therefore that's wrong. Now, the minister is sitting down, he's going to sit down with the menus and his experts and also get some chefs in. He obviously is going to have people like you in there as well. What are you going to be saying to him?
I would doubt it very much. I think this is a ticking the box exercise.
He's not going to have people like you in there?
No, my opinion is, OK, he can get celebrity chefs to design menus. Well, then we might all be queuing up to go to those new restaurants called hospitals. I mean, this is not about celebrity chefs, Mark. This is about looking at the demography. We need menus for the elderly. We need menus for people with type 2 diabetes. We need menus for people with Crohn's disease. We need a separate menu for people who are long-term in hospital. We need, have you seen the food in children's hospitals? We need post-operative menus. We need to look at the influence that nutrition has on health outcomes in relation to the people who are in hospital with specific diseases. So while celebrity chefs may be able to help them design menus, and it might sound very glamorous and it might sound like the Minister for Health is doing something about it, we're not dealing with the fundamentals of how food and nutrition relate to our health outcomes.
All right. Thank you for not sugarcoating that. That would have been very unhealthy. But on a serious note, Minister Harris, if you or anybody in your department is watching this morning and you're really serious about what it is you're about to do, maybe you should talk to people like Gaye Godkin. Thank you very much, Gaye.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Right, still to come on the programme this morning, we will be talking to Nicole Ryan about her brother Alex, who tragically lost his life after taking synthetic drugs at a house party in Cork in January last. Now, Nicole's hoping that Alex's death will make young people stop and think twice about taking drugs.